We live inside a strange world. We see space around us. We feel time moving forward. Scientists often treat time as one thing. Space gets 3 directions. Time gets 1. 2 recent ideas ask us to think differently. One comes from Dr. Gunther Klatechka. He says time has 3 dimensions. The other idea builds on Tom Campbell's My Big Toe. I say consciousness is the basic reality. Our universe is like a simulation. This essay explains both ideas in plain words. It then shows how they might fit together. Can a theory of multidimensional time exist within a larger theory of consciousness? They ask us to look beneath the surface of what we perceive every day. Klatechka's model turns the familiar structure of physics inside out, suggesting time is the fundamental stage upon which space is projected. Tom Campbell's My Big Toe begins not with physics but with the nature of being itself, consciousness as the ultimate source from which physical laws and phenomena emerge. At first, these approaches seem in direct conflict. One is rooted in the mathematics of the physical world. The other is rooted in the logic of information and the nature of experience. The journey we are about to take is one of intellectual curiosity. We will not seek to prove one right and the other wrong. Instead, we look for a potential synthesis, ways these ideas might complement each other. Could 3-dimensional time be a structural component within a larger consciousness-based reality? Imagine one theory describing the intricate design of a single paintbrush. Imagine the other describing the artist who holds it. By understanding both, we may see the masterpiece they create together, the universe we experience. Success at the very large, general relativity, yet they do not speak the same language and contradict each other at their boundaries. A true theory of everything, or TOE, must bridge this gap. Both Klatechka's 3-dimensional time and My Big Toe offer potential paths forward. Examining them side by side and considering how they might merge opens new avenues for thinking about the fundamental nature of reality, pushing beyond the limits of our current scientific paradigms. Let us begin with Dr. Gunther Klatechka's idea. He is a physicist who asks a very simple but profound question. What if time is not just one thing? We are accustomed to thinking of space as having 3 dimensions: up, down, left, right, forward, backward. Time is usually treated as a single line stretching from the past, through the present, and into the future. Klatechka proposes that time itself has 3 dimensions, just like space. In his model, the universe is not 3 space plus 1 time, but 6 total dimensions. 3 for time, 3 for space. This is a radical departure from the standard view. To make it easier to grasp, he uses an analogy. Imagine the 3 dimensions of time form a fundamental canvas. This temporal canvas is the deepest layer of reality. The 3 dimensions of space are like paint applied to that canvas. Space still exists. We experience it around us. But space is secondary, a surface that emerges from underlying multidimensional time. The canvas of time is primary. Space is a projection on it, like a movie on a screen. This shift isn't just philosophical, it serves a purpose in physics, a mystery. Why do fundamental particles come in 3 generations? For example, electron. For example, muon. For example, tau. They are almost identical except for mass. Standard physics describes the pattern but not why it exists. Klatechka links each particle generation to 1 time dimension. His math suggests masses arise from the geometry of 3D time. Crucially, his model preserves causality. Causality, effects cannot happen before causes. Some multi-time theories create paradoxes where that breaks down. Klatechka's formulation avoids that, keeping the arrow of cause and effect intact. An event leads to a predictable outcome in the next moment, maintaining the orderly progression science relies on. Delving deeper into Klatechka's theory, the core idea is that time, not space, is the fundamental arena where the laws of physics play out. This is a reversal of the usual picture. In this multidimensional time model, the universe has a total of 6 dimensions. 3 of these are temporal, 3 of these are spatial. Think of it like a coordinate system for reality. Instead of specifying a location with 3 spatial coordinates and 1 time coordinate, you would need 3 time coordinates and 3 space coordinates. The mathematics of this six-dimensional framework, with time as the primary substrate, aims to unify the two pillars of modern physics: general relativity, quantum mechanics. The connection to particle generations is one of the most compelling features of this model. The standard model of particle physics organizes matter into three families. Each family is heavier than the last, but the standard model offers no reason for this triplication. Klatechka proposes that each of the three time dimensions is associated with one of these generations. The lightest generation of particles, including the electron, might exist primarily along one time axis. The second generation, like the muon, would be associated with the second time axis. The third generation, like the tau, with the third. The different masses of these particles could then be a direct result of their relationship to these different temporal dimensions. If space is a secondary property derived from the fabric of time, then moving through space is really about changing your state within the temporal dimensions. Imagine a boat on a lake. We see the boat moving across the two-dimensional surface of the water, but its movement is enabled by the three-dimensional depth of the lake itself. In a similar way, Klatechka suggests our movement through the three dimensions of space is a manifestation of a more fundamental process occurring within the three dimensions of time. This reframes our entire understanding of what it means to be located in the universe. Most importantly, the model is constructed to be testable. It is not just an abstract idea. It makes specific mathematical predictions. For instance, the calculations derived from the geometry of three-dimensional time can be used to predict the mass ratios between the different particle generations. These predictions can then be compared with the values measured in high-energy physics experiments, such as those conducted at the Large Hadron Collider. If the model's predictions consistently match experimental data, it would provide strong evidence that this unusual view of time might actually be correct. It offers a concrete, mathematical path toward a new understanding of physics. Now let us turn to a completely different starting point. My theory, based on Tom Campbell's My Big Toe, theory of everything. But it begins not with particles or forces, but with the nature of consciousness itself. Consciousness is the primary and most fundamental aspect of all reality. The physical universe is not the ultimate bedrock of existence. Stars, planets, particles. Instead, I propose that it is a computed or simulated reality, a virtual experience generated by a much larger non-physical system. Campbell calls that the larger consciousness system, the LCS. The LCS is the source of everything, a vast self-aware system of information. It is not located in space or time as we know them. Space and time are constructs within the virtual reality the LCS produces. The LCS has a fundamental purpose: to evolve and reduce its own entropy. That means to grow and become more ordered and complex. To achieve this, it creates virtual realities like our universe as training grounds for individuated units of consciousness, like you and me, to make choices, learn from the consequences, and contribute to the overall evolution of the system. In this view, the laws of physics are the rule set of the simulation, like a video game programmer creating rules for gravity, light, and interaction. Parameters such as the speed of light, gravitational constant, and probabilistic quantum mechanics are settings of this computed reality. They create a stable environment for meaningful experience and learning. Time and space are the basic data structures defining the format of the virtual experience. My Big Toe aims to unify not just physics, but also metaphysics, philosophy, and personal experience. It offers a framework for phenomena outside traditional science, like out-of-body experiences, intuition, and self-awareness. The model says reality is informational. Everything, from a particle to a thought, is information. The LCS is the processor. Our universe is the program. Our purpose is to improve consciousness through the choices we make in the game. It's a theory of everything that starts with the experiencer, not just the experienced.